Italy's GDP today is 15% lower than it was in 2008, and this was noticed by voters.
In this decade, our nation has experienced an unprecedented social and economic decline.
Italy's decreasing population is the most pressing issue that needs to be addressed.
Experts say that if the trend continues, Italy's population of 59 million could fall by almost 1 million in 2030.
The political turmoil in Italy may indeed have consequences for the country's economy. The question is how far-reaching.
But many agree on one thing. In the last few decades, governments have failed to build a strategy to prevent Italy from falling further.
Italy. The name itself conjures images of ancient history, breathtaking art, and a lifestyle the world envies.
Because it is facing most, if not all, the major economic challenges that other countries around the world are experiencing, but it is somehow dealing with them all at the same time.
The economy has been in decline for over 15 years.
The future viability of the Eurozone itself may be determined.
There's no idea on how to grow.
The global financial crisis hit them particularly hard, and they struggled to recover ever since.
Italy has some of the highest levels of national debt in the world. It has an aging population, an exodus of what few young skilled workers it still has. It's also dealing with regional inequality, sluggish growth, unreliable tax revenues, and its once world-leading industries have been outcompeted across the globe. Italy also serves as an amazing case study as a country that has dealt with problems like globalization, friendshoring, and restricted trade, which is causing a lot of concern between countries such as the USA, Russia, China, the Gulf states, and of course Europe itself.
The mainstream propaganda machine predicted that a conservative government would have isolated Italy. They were wrong. The reality is that Italy is thriving. Employment is at a record high, our economy is growing, our fiscal policy is back on track, and the flow of illegal migration has decreased by 60% in the last year.
But as we stand here in 2025, for millions of Italians, that sweet life has soured. Behind the beautiful facade, something terrible is happening. The country is caught in a perfect storm of economic crises that have been brewing for decades, and now they've reached a breaking point. Living in Italy for many has become impossible. How did one of Europe's industrial powerhouses end up here? And is this the warning for the rest of the developed world? To understand the crisis of 2025, you have to see that Italy isn't just facing one problem, it's facing all of them at once.
Our freedom and our values and the pride we feel for them are the weapons our adversaries fear the most. So we can't give up the strength of our own identity, for that would be the best gift we can make to authoritarian regimes.
First, the national debt is a mountain. Forecasts for 2025 show it continuing to rise, approaching 138% of GDP, one of the highest ratios in the world. For years, the country managed it, but with higher interest payments, that debt is now a crushing weight on public services. Second, a demographic time bomb has exploded. Italy now has one of the oldest populations on Earth, with a record low birth rate of just 1.18 children per woman, recorded in 2024. The National Statistics Agency, Istat, grimly projects that the working age population will shrink by over a fifth in the next 25 years. This creates a vicious cycle. Fewer workers mean less economic output and fewer taxpayers to support a growing number of retirees. And the few young skilled workers Italy does have are leaving. It's a mass exodus, a brain drain of graduates moving to Germany, France, or the Netherlands for opportunities and salaries they simply can't find at home. In 2024 alone, a record number of young graduates emigrated, continuing a decadellum trend, but has seen hundreds of thousands leave. It wasn't always this way. Italy has a strange history of dramatic booms and devastating busts. After World War II, the country rose from the rubble and created an economic miracle. But this growth was fueled by debt. By the 1980s, the economy stalled. After painful reforms, Italy boomed again, this time led by an export miracle. The Made in Italy brand became a global symbol of quality. Then came the euro. Joining the single currency sparked another decade of growth. But the 2008 financial crisis hit, and Italy fell into a stagnation it has never recovered from. It's been over 15 years of economic winter. The question everyone asked was, can Italy pull off another miracle? By 2025, the answer is painfully clear. So, why is a comeback so unlikely now in 2025? The old problems have combined with new, insurmountable challenges. The biggest is productivity. Italy's economy is built on a backbone of small family businesses. While charming, these companies have failed to invest in technology. The average Italian company has about 4 employees, compared to 15 in the rest of Western Europe. In the globalized world, they simply can't compete. European Union forecasts for 2025 have cut Italy's growth prospects, citing falling productivity and the impact of global trade tensions. This traps the country in a downward spiral. Uncompetitive businesses can't afford to raise wages. Low wages push skilled workers to leave the country. And with its best and brightest gone, the country can't innovate its way out of the crisis. Compounding this is the euro. While it once fueled growth, it's now a straitjacket. Italy can't devalue its currency to make its exports cheaper, a classic escape route for struggling economies. It's stuck. These economic charts and figures translate into real human suffering. Italy, a G7 nation, has some of the highest poverty rates in the European Union. The inequality is stark, with the south of the country significantly poorer than the north, which is already struggling. While unemployment has seen some recent improvement, the youth unemployment rate remains stubbornly high, hovering around 20%, one of the worst in the EU. This brings us to Italy's massive shadow economy. It's not just about organised crime. It's about ordinary people working unofficially, not out of greed, but out of desperation. When the formal economy offers no opportunities, the informal one is the only option left. This erodes tax revenues, making it even harder for the government to fund essential services and pay down its debt. So, here we are in 2025. Italy is trapped. If it raises taxes to pay its debt, it will kill its struggling industries. If it borrows more, it risks a full-blown debt crisis. If it does nothing, the slow decline will only accelerate. The Italian story is a chilling cautionary tale. It shows what happens when long-term problems like demographics, debt, and a failure to innovate are ignored for too long. The world has enjoyed unprecedented growth for decades, and we've come to see it as guaranteed. Italy in 2025 is a stark reminder that it is not, and we should all be asking, who's next?